Couple of days, one key thing that has popped up during my coaching session is a 6-letter word, STRESS, stress, and I underline that word. Often we find ourselves saying, I feel stressed, or you may have had somebody say they feel stressed. You could have used the word today, you could have used it yesterday, you could have used it last week, but many times we find ourselves that we often refer to that word, I feel stressed, or so and so has stressed me. Is stress normal? Absolutely. And in today's video, I am going to give tips on how we can manage stress. There are many different ways we can manage stress, including maybe creating a stimulus anchor, response anchor, something to do in NLP coaching sessions, or you can do meditation, you can set stepping goals, sleeping exercises. There's so many things you can do, but in today's video, I'm going to refer to what I learned a couple of months ago, and I call it the master recipe because it has really worked for me. Right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new, welcome. Please show love by liking, subscribing, sharing, and you could also leave a comment behind. If you're not new, welcome back to yet another episode with Conversations with Coach Jane. I am Coach Jane Njogu. I am a transformation mindset coach, and I desire to bring value to my community. It doesn't matter where you are, as long as you're watching me, you are my community. So today I am going to share my screen. I had prepared some slides. There we go. Brilliant. So when we think about stress, what comes in mind? How do we define stress? What is stress according to you? According to the English dictionary, stress is the body's response to pressure. And stress can be triggered by so many other things, such as something new or something that threatens your sense of control. It could be maybe you feel you're under pressure. It could be maybe you're experiencing changes in your life. It could be you're worried about something. It could be you're having responsibilities that you find overwhelming. It could be you don't have enough work, so that stress you. Maybe you're not employed, that stress you. And maybe it could be you're experiencing discrimination, or maybe experiencing hate or abuse. So stress comes in many different forms. Now, moving to the master recipe. Today's video, I'm going to keep it short. So this is what I want you to do the next time you feel like you are stressed. I want you to look at the situation. I want you to assess the situation and ask yourself, is this thing that is causing me stress in my control, or is it beyond my control? Let's start with, is it in my control? Ask yourself, what can I do, or what resources do I need? For instance, let's say you're getting overwhelmed with work and that is stressing you. So whenever you're in conversation with a friend, you're like, I feel stressed. And the friend is like, why? And then you're like, I'm just getting overwhelmed with work. So ask yourself, what can I do? Number one, you can reduce your workload. And then if you go to the next question of what resources do I need, maybe you could need a planner or a journal, or maybe you could need to delegate some work. So you can list as many things as possible for you to be able to identify how you can manage the situation. So instead of fixating your mind that you were stressed over ABCD, you can start being innovative. Let's use the word innovative. You start looking at ways you can reduce the stress, or you can make that situation better for you. So the next thing is, ask yourself, is it beyond me? And what can I do to make things better? The best example I like using is in the instance of a job promotion. Let's say you've been working in company XY for 3, 4, 5 years, or even 2 years, 1 year, and you feel like you're the most appropriate person for the manager position, or the most appropriate person for that promotion that is coming. And one thing you have to realize is that this promotion is not in your control. And the reason why I say that is because you are not the person who is doing the appointment. You are not the person who is saying, you know what, so-and-so, we appoint you as the manager. But what can you do in such a situation? One, you can become better in what you do at work so that you get noticed. So you become louder in your actions so that the appointing person can realize, you know what, this person is doing well. I think I should consider them for this position. Number two, what you can do, let's say, for example, in that situation, you could express interest so that they can know you want that position. Sometimes we assume that people know what we want. Sometimes, not just at workplaces, in our normal daily lives, we assume that the person I'm talking to or the person who is listening to me understands what I want. And the moment they don't do what we want, we start becoming to feel like we are stressed. Oh, he didn't get me this, so you become stressed. But here's where we say communication matters. So if something is beyond you, ask yourself, what can you do to make things better? And then once you've answered the questions in the two scenarios, is it in my control, and is it beyond my control? Then you can move on and now summarize the situation and ask yourself, what else can I do? Okay, I've assessed everything. I've checked everything that I can do. So what else can I do? And some of the things you can do is, one, you can ask for help. There is no shame in asking for help. There is no shame in asking somebody to assist you. The other alternative you can do is to speak to someone, maybe someone close to you. You could speak to a therapist, you could speak to a coach, a mentor, etc. Remember that if you do not list asking for help in your initial stages, you could always come here and say, you know what, this work is overwhelming me and I definitely need an assistant. I definitely need someone who is going to assist me. I definitely need someone who's going to help me get out of this bubble because I don't feel stressed. Because remember that stress is a mindset. Stress is something that we enclose here. We let it control us. Instead, we can look for other ways we can manage it. So as I've said, in conclusion, stress is a state of mind on how you look at a situation matters. You can either build you or it can either break you. So whenever you feel you're stressed, I want you to think and ask yourself, is there something I can do to rectify the situation? Is there something I can do to make this situation better? And when you answer that question, you're able to move from that zone where you feel you're not productive or anything and move to the new zone where you're able to do something better for that situation. Well, that's it for me today. I hope this content has brought value or you have mastered the master recipe. Give it a try, see how it goes. Don't forget to support me by liking, subscribing, sharing to those who believe it's going to bring value to them. Until the next video, do have a fantastic day or night, depending on where you are in this world. Bye-bye.